name is Kaylin. I also go by kaycreigh, and I am your coach of the LA Spice, the spiciest draft team there is. And welcome to week 2 of the WBE. This week we're going to be taking on Magnitude and the Milwaukee Sawsbucks. I am pretty excited about this one. Whenever we get into the battle more, there's a story here. There's a story about this week, but I will tell you that whenever we're into the video a little bit more. But huge thank you to all my front office friends for being huge helps this week, and to Magnitude for being incredibly patient. Go check out his side of the battle. And without much further ado, remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. And I say we go ahead and get into things. So before I get into going over this team, I do want to tell a quick story. I sort of alluded to it. But basically, my lovely opponent here, Magnitude, had made some trades on his team that I thought were going to be effective for this week, for our battle. So that's what we prepped for, but then found out today, the day of the battle, that it's for next week. So all of the hours, contrary to popular belief, or at least what the majority of the people in the comment section of last video think, I do practice for these battles in Showdown. I just, sometimes don't trust my instincts. But, so the hours of practice that we had put in just didn't matter. So, an hour before this battle, we started building this new team, and by we, I mean my front office friends did all the work. They're amazing. And then we were able to get one full battle in. So that's all that I had practiced with this team. But let's talk about what it's supposed to do. So, Helga the Garchomp is coming with Ground EMZ. So the idea here is that obviously Stealth Rocks with what's his face? The Thunderous are pretty big. So we are calced to pretty much no matter what be able to get the rocks up. After that, we do have Ground EMZ to either really just take a chunk out of the clef, basically anything. It hits, other than Azelf or the Thunderous, it hits everything pretty hard. Next we have Foxy Spice, who is coming, obviously, to set Sun, but also she's gonna be pretty spicy. Because, obviously, she is Drought with Heat Rock so that we can extend that Sun for ourselves. When we set the rocks for the Garchomp, depending on when the Clef actually comes in, we'll be able to tell whether or not it is Magic Guard or if it's unaware based on whether or not it takes the rocks damage. So, we will be able to potentially Toxic it if we find out that it is unaware. And then if it's this Cosmic Guard? Whatever, the Cosmic something set that we think might be coming, a setup set, we have the ability to roar it out. So, you can set up in this Ninetales' face, and she does not care. The other two we have are Energy Ball and Fire Blast, just for extra coverage. I don't know why we went Energy Ball instead of Solar Beam. I'm sure that there's a reason. But we are max special attack, 196 speed. I think that we are calced to outspeed Mega Chomp. Not 100% positive there. But next up, obviously we're bringing the monster. Mega Doom, Kerberos is coming this week, and Flamethrower, because it's more consistent, it's going to hit more than Fire Blast, and it does approximately the same amount of damage to the things that we need it to do the damage to. Solar Beam, Dark Pulse, and Nasty Plot. The Nasty Plot is, again, because that Clef on his team could be a huge threat, but the Nasty Plot, if it's obviously the Magic Guard set that we think he might be bringing, then we can set up on him. So we have that to be able to sort of punch through the Clef. And then, nothing really wants to switch into anything that Mega Houndoom does in the Sun. We are bringing Mimikyu because Mimikyu is a monster, is always an option late game to come in and clean things up. Life Orb with Play Rough, Swords Dance, Shadow Claw, and Shadow Sneak. We are adamant, fully attack invested. That way, if it does come down to a one-on-one thing with the Clefable, it can't heal itself. more than we are putting damage in. And obviously with the Shadow Claw, you have that high percentage of crit. There we go. High crit percentage chance. And that's going to ignore any potential setup that it does on us. And the Life Orb allows us to do the damage with Shadow Sneak that we need to do against some of his bigger threats. As well as just it increases our damage output, obviously. Mother heckin' Starboy is coming this week with Cobra Berry so that we can switch into the potential knockoff on the, if he decides to bring, oh, really knockoff on anything, but specifically for Heatmore. I keep really forgetting this thing's name. Yes, we are Natural Cure in case he tries to Toxic us or something like with the Clef. Rapid Spin to get rid of the potential rocks because he does have Azelf, Mega Chomp, and Clef can all set rocks. So Rapid Spin there. Recover, Psyshock, and Scald. You know, it's self-explanatory. We are fully invested in HP. This way, if we do end up sort of in a recover stall off match with the Heatmore, again, if I'm saying the wrong name, I apologize. But we can live 2 hits from him with knockoff / sucker punch potentially. So it won't come down to he's waiting to get a crit. We're waiting to not get crit. And last but not least, AutoZone the Magnezone is coming this week. And this is kind of a cool set because the idea is that we have leftovers sturdy. So we can live any hit from full. The leftovers with the protect in that first move slot are designed for if he does get rocks up, we can't get rid of them. He can switch in, click protect, go back up to full, take whatever is dished out, and then dish it back. Obviously, like Mega Chomp doesn't want to take Hidden Power Ice. Same thing with Thundy. So we will be able to, and then obviously we can protect stall them as well, and just continue to get the leftovers damage. Opposite. Healing. Healing. So yes, I'm not 100% comfortable with this team. Oh, we are 252 fully special attack invested. I should say that. And we are speedy enough to outspeed the Clef, I believe. That's the idea with the 60 in speed. I could be wrong. Again, this team was built like an hour ago. So I hope that I can do it justice. I think that it can do a good job against his team. I just have to be confident in my choices against him and hope that everything works out. So without much further ado, I've been talking a lot. Let's go ahead and get into the battle. Okay, the Aggron is coming. That is one that we didn't expect. I mean, we talked about it briefly, but Aggron, Azelf, Heatmore. We're not seeing the Hitmonlee come, which we thought might. Scarfed Hitmonlee. Azelf. And what is this thing called? Heatmore? Is that what I just said? Alright. So we're gonna lead. We lead Garchomp. Get Stealth Rocks up. We live HP Ice from Choice Scarf Thundy. So should be fine. Let's see what he actually does here though. Okay. And he's going to lead his Garchomp. Okay. Let's look at this. So, I mean, we don't knock him out at this point. Let's see. We could We need to save the Ninetales, I think, for the Clef. Let's look at Yeah, none of these things really want to switch in. I don't... We somehow... I mean, I think we talked about this possibility. What if I... How much time do I have? 24 seconds. What if I... Yeah, even that. Okay. I'm just gonna click rocks. So he's going to stay in, which is cute. He didn't go for the pink mega. I'm kind of disappointed. So he is EQ, which is okay. Now, let's see. We have rocks up. We could just get... So this thing, what is Garchomp helpful against? Garchomp is helpful against the Aggron, against Thundy, if it's not Scarfed. It's helpful against Heatmore. So it might be worth saving at this point. Or I could just get damage off. And click my Z. People are probably gonna be mad. But like, let's just click Tectonic Rage. I wish that I had the Dragon Z move, but like, we're gonna get the damage off on him, which is going to allow us sort of a free switch into the Ninetales. To get Sun up. Or we could just crit. All part of the plan, guys. That was, I was banking on the crit. Because that definitely mattered. That was supposed to do, like, around 53%. At least according to my calculations. I mean, maybe he's running a less bulky set than this one that I had calced. But let's see. So we could... If he brings in Thundy, if he comes hard Thundy on this thing, then I guess we probably know that he's Scarfed or just confident that he's going to live. He could bring in the Clef. In that case... We'll see. We'll see what he does and go from there. So Mega Chop is gone. I'm pretty pleased with that. So Azelf. This is one that we just... I mean, at this point, I'm kind of tempted because we had talked about him potentially being Z. He's gonna outspeed us. He could be HP Ice, in which case, like, the hard switch into the Starmie would be kind of clutch. But, like, let me look at the Starmie. Starmie. He doesn't have rocks up, so I have no reason. Actually, you know, I really have no reason to go Starmie right now. I could... 50 seconds. I could just get as much damage off on this thing as possible, but, I mean, he is going to outspeed again. And pretty much anything that he clicks, he knocks out. So he could just click rocks, I guess. You know, I think at this point, we've traded off the Mega Chomp. I think that the Aggron really doesn't want to see Garchomp stay alive. And this could be a pretty decent opportunity to come out with Ninetales. We can Toxic him. If we live in this. Psyshock. Okay. And that's gonna do, okay, over half, and we do not outspeed this thing. Unless he's afraid that we are scarfed. He could think that we're scarfed, in which case he would switch out. So I think that Toxic is not a bad click here. The only thing, like, he could obviously, if he goes into Aggron, or, which, like, I don't think he would go into Aggron just in case I click Fire Blast or something. He could also go, he could go into the Clef, which if it's Magic Guard, then obviously, or Heatmore. Excellent. Okay. The Toxic on this thing is really good. Because that means that we can actually stall it out with Starmie. So he was poisoned. I think that Ninetales is worth saving, honestly, at this point, so that we can keep Sun around. Let me look at this. Let me look, though. Heatmore and Ninetales. I have 82 seconds. I think that it's worth saving because the Sun really kind of wrecks him. What do I have? It's Energy Ball. So nothing that I have touches him. So let's switch out. Now that he's poisoned, we can honestly just recover stall him with Starmie. We have the berry if he goes for knockoff. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch into the Starmie. He's gonna die to poison in a few turns, or he switches out. We do have we're Heat Rock, so the Sun is gonna be up for. I really should have been checking that. Yeah, so we're gonna switch. Alright, let's see what he goes for. Sucker Punch. Cool. Alright. So, honestly, if he could click knockoff here. I think that either way, my move, because we're in the Sun, right? So it's not like Scald will end up doing that much. I mean, let's look. In the Sun, Scald is not doing that much, and he's already poisoned. So I think that clicking Recover is a pretty no drawback move here. If he does go for the, like, obviously we outspeed him. It's fine. If he goes for the Sucker Punch, it's gonna make it fail. Stomping Tantrum. Alright. Okay. And we're just gonna continue. I click Recover again. I know that we didn't actually regain any HP from the Recover, but rather than risking popping the berry here, you know, a Zelf. Okay, that's fine. We recovered, so we're out here. It's taking stones damage. We are recovered. We know that this Zelf has Psyshock. We saw that. This might be a time that he gets out rocks. So let's look at a Zelf. Custom set. There we go. So he does have the Psyshock. He could have Thunderbolt. That could be why he switched into this thing. In which case, Garchomp wouldn't be bad. Thunderbolt still doesn't knock us out, though. Let's look at how much. Sunlight. 3. Okay, so we have 3 more turns of Sun left. 3 more turns of Sun. I could predict him going for the Thunderbolt. We still have Chomp that, like, is, you know, doing his thing. Thunderbolt doesn't kill us, but we also can't do anything to him, really. So I'd rather have Starmie continue to be healthy. We're gonna bring out the Garchomp. Worst case scenario, switch. We can get the Houndoom out for free. And keep our friendo here healthy. He used U-turn. So he's going to take that chip damage. Does he knock us out? No, we live. So he's going to take Rough Skin Chip. Decent. And then he's going to go into probably Clef. Maybe Clef. In which case, let's see. Because let's look at Aggron. I'm not 100% on what this thing does. But let's look at this. See, he might be this set. So he brings out the heat more. I guess the question is, does he just go, like, he has to Sucker Punch here, right? Because he goes down to poison. You know, I don't lose much from clicking Swords Dance because this thing is gonna die no matter what. So if I click Swords Dance and he goes down and he brings out the next thing, which the only thing left that outspeeds me is, well, a Zelf, which puts him into that position, having to take more chip damage, or if he has Scarf Thundy. So I'm actually just gonna click Swords Dance. Yeah, he went for an attacking move. That's fair. He used Stomping Tantrum. Okay. I mean, you know, here's the thing. The sun is gone. No, is it? Well, it's gonna leave after this turn, I think. So we can get Ninetales out again. It didn't go away. Hang on. I'm trying to think. So at the time, I had 3 turns left. I wish that I remembered. Let me look at. So here's what we can do. We have Protect on the Magnezone. I'm not feeling super confident about any of my potential switches right now. And I don't, like, if I knew that Sun was going to go away right now, then I would just bring out the Ninetales. But I don't know. I'm going to click Magnezone. So that was, I mean, that was a fair trade, you know. He went Clefable, which actually, Mag and Clefable, not bad. He could have Fire Blast in that case. But the thing is that I think that the set that he brings is the Cosmic Power one. In which case, like, it can't do anything to us. But here's the thing, y'all. Let's say that you have Fire Blast. Let's say you have Fire Blast. We live that. And then we could Protect and get, like, a turn of health back. So, it's in the sun, though. Ooh, it's in the sun. Hold up. That does more. Okay, we still live that, barring crit. Oh, gosh, Magnezone is the bulk. Okay, so we're gonna click Flash Cannon. Worst case scenario, he goes out into Aggron, which, like, I mean, he could boost on me here, but I don't think that he would boost in front of a Magnezone. But I'm just gonna go ahead, say, here comes the sun, here comes the, like, sun doo doo doo. Like, here comes the Fire Blast. And just hope that my guy either misses or doesn't get a crit. Or we get a crit. Oh no! That crit mattered! That's the second time! That's the second time that a crit mattered. Oh no, I feel bad. I would be upset right now. Okay, what does he bring in on this mag? Because at this point he has Aggron, Azelf, and Thundee-Tila. Not, like, honestly, I shouldn't be feeling overly confident yet because all could potentially be monsters. You know what I mean? Like, there's the likelihood that they could all very much ruin my life, and then I'll be like, remember the good days when I had a bright future, when I thought that it was going much better than it was. Ah, yes, those were the good old days. But, you know. Okay, so he brings out Thundee, which he probably... Does this mean that he's gonna go fighting move? Because... Ooh, what if he's fighting Z? If he uses a fighting Z move. We could protect to scout that. He could set up on us. But then that means... Then that would mean that he can't outspeed my Ninetales? I might be getting my speed tiers out of whack here. But let's... HP Ice does 62.4%. So I'm gonna click Protect. He might use a Z move. Here. Agility. Okay, so he's not Scarf, but he's Agility. That's okay, actually. We're gonna click HP Ice. He's gonna use Focus Blast, which I believe should just knock us out. Oh, I forgot we're sturdy! Oh, yeet! Oh, yeet. Okay. Oh my gosh, that sturdy mag. I forgot sturdy was intact. Alright, so he might think that I protect again here, and no, he has no reason to boost again. He outspeeds everything that we have right now. But I don't think he can risk. He has to attack here to knock out the mag. So I'm gonna click HP Ice again. We go down. He clicks the Thunderbolt in case I went for the switch. That's fine. So we are going to come out with the Ninetales. So here, I don't want to fall into the same traps that I did last week. We're going to come out with Ninetales, get everything set up, get the sun. Nothing I have outspeeds it. He's in Mimikyu. I could just Shadow Sneak on the Mimikyu. What do I lose from that? I don't break Disguise. And I don't let this thing run through my team. I'm gonna do what I was too afraid to do last week. I'm gonna go hard, Mimi. Worst case scenario, he switches out and then he dies on the switch in. He doesn't have any sort of priority. I have Shadow Sneak. So worst case scenario, he goes into the Aggron and we don't really touch it. Okay, yeah. And then, like, he switches in again and it dies. So, Mimi's gonna Shadow Sneak on him. Say, boy, bye. And so now he has Azelf and Aggron left. Which in that case, after this, I want to leave Mimi alive. I mean, I don't want to deal with Mimikyu against the Aggron. So I think that after this, I just switch into the Ninetales, get Sun. I might lose Ninetales on Switch, but we get the Sun back up. Sends out Azel. Is he in Shadow Sneak range? If I go +2? Mimikyu. Let's look at Azelf. If Shadow Sneak should kill? We're Adamant Life Orb. Shadow Sneak looks like it does 68 to 82 against a... this isn't a really invested boy. I'm gonna go ahead and Sword Stance. I don't want to risk... I don't want to risk anything here. So he's gonna U-turn, break my disguise. Bye! So we use Sword Stance. Let's look at Mimikyu against Aggron. Possibly should have just listened to my instinct and switched. So he's gonna take nothing from stones. We Sword Stance. So we are at +2, which I have just now discovered I can actually do on the calcs. Okay. So we take on, let's look at this. So we take on Azelf one-on-one with Houndoom. I don't think that there's anything that he can do to us that will ruin this, so I think that we're okay to just... I mean, how fast is Aggron? He can't outspeed me, right? He can't be that fast. Let's look at a bulky boy. So, Shadow Claw, we can do like 52%. You know, 44 to 53. And, like, definitely lose to if he uses Heavy Slam, but at least that's getting damage off. So, and he in no world is going to outspeed us unless he's, even if he's, no, I mean, I guess he could be Scarf. That would be weird though, right? Okay, that would be weird. Alright, so, Heavy Slam, he's gonna take the knockout on the Mimikyu, but that's okay. Because we're going to get the free switch in on the Ninetales to bring the sun back out. Which, you know, feels good. And we're going to outspeed. Take all the deep breaths, Kaylin. Don't ruin this for us. And I just click Fire Blast. We know he's not Scarfed. So Fire Blast, we're going to take the knockout on this thing. And then the boy comes in, Azelf, who can probably knock us out from this range. We do, so that was one turn. That was one turn of Sun, so we still have 7 left. This man's isn't living 6 turns of Sun. So I think that I just, at this point, in the event that I live, click Energy Ball. I guess I could click Toxic because that would for sure put an end to this. But Fire Blast is definitely knocking out Psych. Just click Fire Blast. So my man's is going to use a Sun Boosted. Oh, but we live in. And we use Fire Blast, but we miss. Oh, oh. Okay. All right. Then he missed. GG. Okay. All right. GG's. I think there's no more, right? He doesn't have a... Okay. Oh, that was scary. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. That concludes our week 2 battle. Woo, that was nerve-wracking. Yes, save a video. Huge thank you to Magnitude. Huge thank you to my front office who put in the work last minute making this team. Those crits, though. 2 crits that mattered. That if I hadn't gotten them, the game would have gone very differently. So, I mean, it all goes to show that Pokemon is always a game of chance. And, skill is not necessarily always the factor. But, Magnitude, GG's to you. Thank you so much for playing with me. And guys, if you have not already, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see how the rest of this season pans out. Here's Festival Plaza. It's a disgrace to the name of Pokemon. I do want to take a second to say thank you to my patrons of the month. A huge thank you to Billy. You are amazing. And yeah, I think that is all that I have to say. So I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And tune in next time for more shenanigans. Bye!